Now we're looking at a fatal four-way. The scenario on social media is, well, what if WWE is setting Roman Reigns up to lose his championship in a fatal four-way? It's a possibility. It's a possibility, man. I think we all know. I think we have all come to an understanding that Roman Reigns and The Rock is happening. When? Where? I don't know. Could happen at the Elimination Chamber. Could happen at WrestleMania. Could happen at SummerSlam. Could happen in Saudi. I don't know where it's going to happen. WWE is very tight-lipped about what the fuck is going on with Roman Reigns and The Rock. But I think we also all know that the match, if it does happen, realistically does not need the World Heavyweight Championship behind it. WWE could easily do that match without the title on the line, and it simply could be for the head of the table. I don't like Roman in any situation losing unless it's to put somebody else over. That's the basis of my argument. And it should be the one aspect that you guys look at as well. I'm tired of, oh, no, Roman and The Rock needs to happen at WrestleMania. I mean, it's too big of a match. I'm sorry. I'm tired of talking about this narrative. You could do it at the Elimination Chamber in front of 65,000 people, and it's going to garner the same amount of attention as it would if it happened at WrestleMania. You cannot refute that. The Rock is bigger than WWE, no matter where he goes. The same amount of publicity, the same amount of coverage, the same amount of hype, and the same amount of excitement is going to go into that match than it would at WrestleMania. I'm not here to blow up a year full of WWE creative because Dwayne wants to now come back after this rumored match that was supposed to happen last year and then the year before that and then the year before that. We've been talking about this match ever since Roman turned into the tribal chief. And now you people are willingly wanting to throw it into the WrestleMania main event after 4 years of dicking around. No, I don't stand for that. We've moved on. There are other things far more important than fucking Rock and Roman Reigns right now. WWE is at the liberty. They are fortunate enough to put this match on an event internationally in front of 70,000 people and get away with it. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, that would not have been attainable. Yet here we are. And people still tend to think that the Elimination Chamber is a B-level pay-per-view. Nick Khan is not making anything into a B-level pay-per-view. Nick Khan wants to take WWE pay-per-view or PLE to the next level, to a point where every city that they enter needs to bid on WWE going there. Perth, Australia bid and gives them money for WWE to come. And then they said, you know what? We want you here. How much would it take to get The Rock here? WWE is going to make bank. Stop the narrative of, oh, Rock is not going to retire or wrestle his last match at the Elimination Chamber. He's not going to wrestle his last match at 4:30 in the morning. Who gives a fuck? Rock is about to make a fucking massive payday that would equal his fucking, I don't know, what type of movie role does The Rock take and what is his minimum salary? $20 million? He'll probably end up making the same amount of money just to enter the fucking country and wrestle Roman Reigns for 20 minutes. But you don't deem that to be a good thing. I do. The narratives that I've seen so far, man, are absolutely asinine ridiculous. Ridiculous. None of these people can refute why Roman and The Rock shouldn't take place at the Elimination Chamber. Now all I see is, oh, JD's a Cody stan. This one's a Cody stan. JD's a Cody cocksucker. Cody sucks. Cody's a lame babyface. Cody this, Cody that. I'm sorry. Whatever future beholds Cody Rhodes, he's going to have to deal with that. That doesn't mean we stop the fucking story and pivot somewhere else. You follow the path that you've laid down since last year's WrestleMania. That doesn't include The Rock. The narrative out there that Roman could potentially lose his championship at the Royal Rumble in a fatal four-way match. That's the narrative that you're going with now. Oh, Randy Orton could win the championship. He could pin AJ Styles. Randy Orton can win the championship. He could pin LA Knight, and he could become the Universal Heavyweight Championship. Then WWE could do Roman versus The Rock at WrestleMania, and the title doesn't need to be on the line, and Cody gets to finish his story. Finish his story against who? A manufactured feud with Randy Orton because it's WrestleMania? Instead of letting things naturally take shape. Yeah, let's go to somebody else because, we got to do Roman versus The Rock at WrestleMania. First of all, Roman isn't losing his championship at the fucking Royal Rumble. Secondly, if you think that Roman potentially losing his championship in a fatal four-way match without taking a pin is a good creative decision, I'm going to need you to stop watching this sport altogether because you're a fucking idiot. And thank God you don't have any say in any wrestling creative ever, period. Everything that you and I had to sit through, 1,230 days, fucking slaying them all, one after one after one after one, us begging for this title reign to end. You want it to end without him putting over somebody else to pass the torch? Without him being pinned? Yeah, we'll keep Roman undefeated. He never took a pinfall loss. For what? The Rock to beat him? You genuinely think The Rock beating Roman because the championship is on the line, that's good creative? That's good creative to you. We spent the last 4 years to give The Rock Roman and everything that he's done. My God, man, when I think the IWC can't get any stupider, when I think the IWC can't get any more dumb, this is the shit that I gotta read. None of these situations, none of these scenarios work out. None of them. None of them. None of them work out but the original one that I discussed on Monday. Roman Rock Elimination Chamber. Roman goes to WrestleMania because Cody either wins the Rumble or the Elimination Chamber match. And then he challenges Roman at WrestleMania. And Roman, like the champion that he is, like the fucking villain that we had to endure for the last 4 years that's beaten everybody, he takes his power, transfers it to Cody Rhodes, and he puts over the next in line. That's the way it should be done. Old school, classic, 101 pro wrestling, read the handbook. Nothing works out but that. Plain and simple. If you think any other scenario is better than that, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. Because that's a discussion that I don't even want to engage in. I don't. Roman is now losing his title to Randy Orton at the Royal Rumble, and Roman should not be losing to The Rock. All because it's a non-title match. I don't give a fuck if this is The Rock's last match. I don't give a shit if he's retiring. I don't give a shit what The Rock is doing. The Rock should be putting over somebody in his final match. That's the type of fucking guy The Rock should be. And if he's going to put over Roman, it should be as Roman is the champion. Because it's only going to enhance whoever beats Roman after that. Which is why I've been stating all week, Roman beats The Rock for the title at the Elimination Chamber. He sits upon the throne of fucking absolutely nobody can touch him until Cody beats him at WrestleMania. How do you think Cody is going to look and feel after he beats the guy that has beaten them all, including The Rock? It is not that difficult to book. I do not understand how you think any other way works. Roman in a fatal four-way losing his championship potentially is an awful, awful creative decision. Just downright awful. Roman wrestling The Rock with the potential of Rock beating Roman without the championship being on the line is an awful decision. Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton at WrestleMania is an awful decision because it's not time. It's not time. If you're going to do what I just said, and Cody's going to be the champion on SmackDown, which has the same, or he's on the same brand as Randy Orton, you don't need to rush into a match because we got to pivot to Rock and Roman. Yeah, Cody's got nobody else now. Let's do Randy Orton. Randy Orton has not even been a part of his fucking last year, and you want to throw him into a fucking match? Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes is your main event, should be your main event for SummerSlam, when Cody already has a championship run under his belt. That should be the first major thing that happens to Cody Rhodes in his world title run. But all because of Roman Rock, you want to rush that for WrestleMania? Is it a WrestleMania-worthy match? Sure. Sure. Why do we got to do it at this year's WrestleMania? Why can't it wait for SummerSlam? Why can't it wait for next year's WrestleMania? Why do we got to rush into it? No, because we need Roman and Rock at WrestleMania. Now, the only other option I would take, I don't even know if I take this one because then you're actively taking away from CM Punk and Seth Rollins. But WWE, it wouldn't be the first time that they put the fucking World Championship on the line in the opening match of WrestleMania. I can't fucking stand it. Seth Rollins deserves a main event. CM Punk's story is main eventing WrestleMania, something that he didn't do and he made a big deal about 10 years ago. And conveniently, it's the same person being back now that he fucking complained about then. Roman and Rock, night one WrestleMania. Roman beats The Rock, and then he defends the title against Cody on night two of WrestleMania. You could do that. I don't like it. You could do it. But then you're going to get the camp of, oh, Seth Rollins deserves it. Why are you going to take a main event spot away from him? CM Punk deserves it. Why are you going to take a main event spot again away from him? The ladies, what happens to them? The Royal Rumble winner once again for a second year in a row doesn't main event WrestleMania? No. None of that sounds good, man. None of it sounds good. None of it. Roman, Rock, Chamber, Roman, Cody, WrestleMania, and that is it. Simple. Save Randy and Cody for SummerSlam, or if you want to wait even longer and make it more epic, Cody versus Randy at WrestleMania next year for 41. But this idea that Roman is going to lose the championship at the Royal Rumble without taking a pin, I mean, that is a fucking awful decision. An awful decision. You don't take somebody and have them be undefeated for 3.5 years to just simply lose their championship without being pinned. That's not doing good business. That's not helping whoever is ascending the throne next. He needs to pass the torch. And if he doesn't, not going to really make Cody Rhodes look any better than he does now. The whole idea that, you know, Cody is... his time has passed. I mean, I don't understand the Cody hate train and the Cody hate narrative lately. All because Rock came back. WWE actively divided their fucking community because 50% want The Rock and then the other 50% want to see Cody finish his fucking story. WWE, with all that they did with Cody, should have done it last year. Looking back at everything, then we wouldn't be in this fucking position. And The Rock and Roman could take place at WrestleMania like everybody wants without the fucking title being on the line. But they didn't do that. They wanted to drag this out and drag Cody through the mud. 5 months with Brock Lesnar and then nothing. Dominic, Judgment Day, War Games. Now we got Shinsuke Nakamura. WWE is doing themselves no favors if they don't do what is best here. Roman, Rock, Chamber, Roman, Cody, WrestleMania. That is it. What you do with everybody else, I don't fucking know. Figure it out. I booked a WrestleMania card for weeks now. Punk versus Rollins, night 1 main event. Cody versus Roman, night 2 main event. Rock wants to be a part of WrestleMania, throw him in there and have him be an enforcer to Cody Rhodes. Have him endorse Cody Rhodes. Because you know the bloodline's going to be out there. Or better yet, you want Rock to wrestle at WrestleMania? Why don't you have him team with Jey Uso and they team up against Jimmy and Solo Sikoa? You want to include him in the bloodline story? There you go. He doesn't need to be wrestling Roman at WrestleMania because he would have already done it at the Elimination Chamber. Maybe that's what they do. It's an easy narrative to tell. Rock goes through the same bullshit that everybody else went through at the Chamber. Jimmy, Solo interfere. Roman nefariously cheats to win. Jey Uso comes out, sets up a match at WrestleMania. Jey and Rock versus Jimmy and Solo. Because right now, where else are they going with all those guys? That's the best way to go about it to me. It fits the whole narrative as well. Rock takes those guys out before Cody and Roman lock up, and Cody wins the match clean. We need to stop booking recklessly. Stop booking with your feelings. I've done it. But this is outright ridiculous. I am for finishing a story that you've already started. See this through. All because it's The Rock doesn't mean, it's got to take place at WrestleMania. 65,000 people in Australia will get Roman and Rock. That is a WrestleMania-like atmosphere. Save WrestleMania for what is right. Rock is going to be gone after this. Goodbye. He won't wrestle another match ever again. This is it for him. But Cody, we'll have to see Cody on our televisions every week. And if you want Cody to feel less than as a champion, then by all means, fuck him over on the road to WrestleMania. See how the fans react then. Or better yet, put him in the middle of this shit between Roman and Rock and then watch everybody boo Cody Rhodes. Because that's exactly where WWE's going with this if it continues on any further.